Today, 12th of September, the National Memorial Auditorium in Staffordshire held a commemorative service in the memory of 26 Sikh soldiers of the British Indian Army who fought in the battlefield of Saragarhi 120 years ago. The British Army officials and Sikh community remember the battle which took place on the same day, 12th of September 1897. The Sikh soldier who fought against 10,000 enemy from Afghanistan. The British senior army personnel pays a huge tribute for the great sacrifices of the British Sikh army personnel in the war of Saragarhi. They said they were our heroes who fought with the great bravery and courage against their enemy in the battlefield of Saragarhi, and they will always remember in the British history, and they will remain in the hearts and minds of our next generation.
Maybury, I'm the Deputy Commander for the Army in the West Midlands, and I've been absolutely delighted to be here today with other members of the armed forces and the Sikh members of the Sikh community to commemorate the Battle of Saragarhi, the 120th anniversary of the Battle of Saragarhi, where a very small number of men, 21 Sikhs, made the ultimate sacrifice, fought an incredible battle against absolutely overwhelming odds. And of course, the British Army and the Sikhs have got a long heritage going back many years, back to the days of the British Indian Army. So it's wonderful that we were able to commemorate that today. First of all, with a series of events before the commemoration service here itself, but then actually the Sikh religious service that we've just had, and then the more traditional memorial service as well.
Well, it is indeed a great achievement that British Army is celebrating the Battle of Saragarhi's commemoration today. About 4 years ago, we had a meeting of Lord Lieutenants and the top military leadership at Chateau Infany in Worcestershire, where I particularly raised this, that in the diverse country we live, we need to celebrate and commemorate the contributions of our ethnic minorities and the people from the South Asian origin and what they have done for the British Empire and the services they rendered. And I think it is such a great event which commemorates that heritage of the military service of the South Asians. We feel that today, with the rise of radical white supremacists and their ideology, it is very important that our military commemorate the Asian heritage and the contribution rendered by those people, and also it is very important for the people of that very ethnic community to understand that what sacrifices our forefathers have made for a better and brighter Britain.
Challenges. We now live in a world where you don't even have to be a recognised nation state to start a conflict, or where methods such as cyber attack inflict damage without firing a shot. The first duty of any government is to protect its citizens. Predicting what the army might be asked to do next is more challenging than ever. The man who is responsible for ensuring the British Army is capable of meeting the threats of today and the future is General Sir Nick Carter.
The Army provides formidable military capability, which is based upon teamwork, inspiring values and standards which are lived by everybody in the institution, by decent quality equipment, and by a really forward-looking attitude. The Army operates jointly with the other two services, but ultimately war is decided on land, whether it's to defeat an enemy amongst them, whether it is to protect that population, or whether it's simply to provide the security context in which people can live their lives. As the head of the Army, I encourage the Army to be adaptive. And adaptation comes from recruiting really able people who are able to innovate and to use their imagination and have that determination and willpower to succeed and beat their opponent. And that's what the British Army stands for. The Army is always available at unlimited liability to be able to support the nation that it's genuinely drawn from.
At a moment's notice, the British Army is ready to act on the nation's behalf. But it is up to the government to decide where, when, and why.
In this occasion, British senior army officials emphasized to BME communities to join the British Army and integrate in the society in this way. They also said, "We welcome females from BME communities to the British Army as a bright career in the armed forces." At the end, there was a religious service held by a Sikh religious scholar. Sardar Zia Mahmood, World News, Staffordshire.